every single time. Introducing the new BF Goodrich All-Terrain KO3 tire. Legendary toughness made tougher. BF Goodrich, what are you building for?
It's Ford Truck Month, and nobody in Yuma does it bigger than Alexander Ford. Voted Yuma's best new vehicle dealer again in 2025. We've stocked up with our biggest truck inventory ever. Drive home a new F-150 or select Super Duty with rates as low as 0% for 60 months. Want even lower payments? Ask about Ford Flex Buy. Work hard, play harder, own the off-road this spring in a new Ford truck or SUV. Alexander Ford and BillAlexanderFord.com. The difference you can count on.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We are here with your next Method Race Wheels Fishgistics update presented by Fox Racing Shocks. Are you guys having fun yet? This is the 2026 San Felipe 250. It is hour 2. That means it is noon, and we have been racing for 2 hours for the four-wheel vehicles. But the bikes have been racing since this morning. They started at 6 o'clock this morning, right? Yeah, 6 and 10 were the two start times. So 6 o'clock for the bikes. We do have bike finishers already. So if we go over and show you guys the map, that's a look at the cars, but you can see some bikes have actually come back into town, and they're sitting right here waiting. So just like I said earlier, right where the course comes back together, they're going to stack all the bikes up. You can see the 1X was the first bike there, and then the 15X was the second bike. So they're going to have to wait because see all these cars still starting? Their time is over. The race is over. They had a loop there, so timing's all good. They're just officially, they're done with the race, but they have to wait until the cars come out on the start right here until they can parade into town to the finish line. So if you look in town, we still have quite a few cars to go. What is that, about 25, 30 cars left to start still? So at least another 15 to 20 minutes, it looks like, of cars starting. Once they clear where the bikes are waiting right here out of town, then the bikes will be able to go back in backwards on the course to the finish line, which is the actual ceremonial finish. So that is that's what the bikes are waiting for. Now, if we go over and we look at the live timing, and I change it to the moto group for a second, there is still no live timing here. So I don't know what happened with the motos. They're not showing me any timing on here, so I have no idea. We do know the 1X was there first, and we heard they passed the 15X. So unofficially, of course, they're going to be the winner. The 1X, there's nobody else even close. And if they started behind the 15 and had to pass them, then we know they're a winner, right? Because they started behind them. So that is what we got. Sorry, there's no times working on the moto thing here. Hopefully they do work later. But we do have times for the trucks. We've got a couple spots so far. So let's see. I'm trying to get you guys some updates too. Let me see. Hang on. We got some updates coming in right here for you guys. Let's go back over and look at the map. So we've had a couple people have had issues already with water temps. We saw Polvardi had a water temp issue earlier. The Ampudia truck has been clearing their Motec dash from their in-car we've been watching. They've also had water temp issues. So definitely it is hot down there. It's going to be a warm one. We've had a couple water temp issues already, but it's interesting to see what's going on here today. We're going to have to keep an eye on that throughout the day. But right now, if you just tuned in, Luke McMillan is first on the road. He is first. We got Tavo as there. Alan, Tavo, Luke, and Bryce are your top 4. Now they keep bouncing around. I believe that the number 1 is still going to be second. You'll see him jump back in front because see it hasn't updated for 2 minutes. The Tavo's updated 1 minute ago. So it's going to be the 83, the 1, the 21, and then it looks like the 7. Now remember, Bryce started in 8th position, so he started 8 minutes back. So keep an eye on Bryce's timing. I'm hoping that they're going to get to race mile 115 soon. You can see at the top up here, that's the next time we're going to get a split. Because if we look back here, we got to scroll way down and see who was actually, Bryce didn't show up on here, right? Where is he? I'm trying to find Bryce. It's not even showing up on here for some reason. Bryce Menzies didn't click at the second time for some reason. So I'm hoping that you can see he's only got 1 time right there. He was in 6th on that time, but he's going to be like in 3rd or 4th now. So I'm hoping at 1:15 we get some more times to check to show up here to see where Tavo and Alan and them all of them are. There was only 1 second between them at the last checkpoint, and Luke was actually 5 seconds behind the leader, although he was physically first. He was in 3rd on corrected time. So definitely that. What do you say, guys? Say Polvardi just did a tire change before mile 70. Okay, cool. It's honestly gotten to the point where there's so many cameras out there that we can't even watch all these. So I really appreciate you guys sending me updates on what you're seeing on these cameras. I mean, I've only loaded some of the cameras on this page, and like it's hard to watch everybody. You can't have everyone's audio on because then you can't hear them. So you kind of got to pick and choose who you want to watch now. We almost have too much information now. It's gone from a sport where we had nothing and you sat in the middle of nowhere all day and had no idea what was going on because there was no internet or no phones or anything, and maybe your sat phone rang every once in a while, or you got a VHF radio when they're within a couple miles of you. But nowadays it's insane with the amount of video footage and just information that we have here. It's hard to watch it all. So what do you guys? Someone's saying Tavo's having issues in the wash. Okay, cool. Looks like Tavo's truck is hurting bad. It looks like steering. Okay, well, where is let's see. I'm trying to find Tavo. Do I even have his? Where are you guys watching Tavo at? On Vidosla Racing right here, probably. Let's see. This is not this. I don't think this is Tavo. If this is what you guys are talking about, is this Tavo's truck? I'm not sure which truck this is, or is this the 1L? Because that was the 1L earlier. So I think you guys are looking at Ricky Johnson's truck right there. If I'm not mistaken, that top one that's stopped. I believe that's going to be Ricky Johnson's. Going to be the 1L, and it is. I'm looking at the tracker right now. The 1L is stopped in the wash, so that is not Tavo. If you guys are watching that top left camera there with them in the wash, that's not Tavo. That is, yeah, there's the one. Yeah, it's the 1L. So if you guys are watching the score live stream, they don't always know what they're talking about when they're looking at cars. Honestly, they get confused. That is the 1L. It is not Tavo. That is Gustavo, and that is Ricky Johnson. So we saw they rolled that truck earlier. They had a crash, hit a G out, crashed it, rolled it, landed on its side. So if something is damaged from in that truck right now, most likely it probably happened in the roll earlier, and then it got worse. So keep an eye on them. We'll keep an eye on them, but we're going to take that off of here for now because it's not really what we are watching right now. We're mostly interested in Luke McMillan and Alan Impudia. That is those top 2 cameras that I have there. They Luke has in-car audio on his. Alan doesn't have in-car audio for some reason. But yeah, it's definitely a good race up in the front there. So you guys are going to want to load them. If you're looking for this website here, it's watchparty.cc. So go over there, load watchparty.cc, create your own list here. I like to put them in order. So top tip, if you click on the 3 little dots, see how it says move left, move right, move to the top. I usually like going like 1st place, 2nd place, 3rd place, or whatever, you know what I mean? Close to that. So you can keep them in order, and then it makes it easier to kind of watch who's up there. Like Bryce's camera is not working. It's just been on showing their tracker, or else I would have Bryce up there at the top, but his camera's not working. So Polvardi's camera is working, and he's been exciting to watch because he's passing a lot of people. So that's why I have him up there in the 3rd place. And then I got Robbie Gordon down there on the bottom, or on the 2nd row on the left, but he was down earlier. They were working on it. Looked like the steering maybe or something again on that truck. They were working on that. So that's what's going on there. Now, let's go look at some other classes, though. We've really... It's so hard to tell who's in winning in what class now because the way they started every car. It doesn't matter who's in front. So this race is going to be really tough to even show you guys anything for anybody that qualified. You really just have to look at the leaderboard for the qualifiers. That's the only way to know where anybody is this race. Because if we go over here, and traditionally, you know, they start in by class and we can see who's in front and stuff, but there's 70 cars that started now. So a car that started 15th off the line, we got to watch the guy that started 70th. So just because he's way behind him on this physical tracking map means nothing because we go off of time. We don't go off physical position here. So looking at this tracking map today is honestly going to be really worthless without times to go with it for any qualifying class. So I'm going to skip the qualifying classes right now because I mean, I could just go through real quick and tell you, but it doesn't mean anything. Like, you know, Luke, obviously we know is in the front. For the Legends, we know the 61L is in the front because they're physically showing there. And then the 38L is showing as 2nd now, and they just updated. So the 38L definitely had a problem earlier. They were down for a little bit, and now they're going again. So that is, or they had a flat tire or something because they got passed by the 61L. 61L was not in front of the 38L earlier. So if we go over to our leaderboard, this is where we're going to have to show you guys different classes. So let's scroll down. Obviously, Tavo is winning on corrected time at the last check. David Payne winning the Score Trophy Truck Legends on time at the last check. Justin Davis winning the Score Trophy Truck Spec, right here, trying to highlight it for you guys. Justin Davis winning with Jason McNeil in second Trophy Truck Spec at the last check on corrected time. Cody Parkhouse winning Class 1 on time at the last check. I think that's all the classes, right? Yeah, we covered. Oh, Trophy Truck 2-wheel drive. Is that Cameron? Cameron's in second. Where's first Trophy Truck? There it is. Rob McCachran. So Rob McCachran is winning Trophy Truck 2-wheel drive on time at the last check. So that is that's where you can see that. Somebody said Bryce's YouTube channel is working. Yeah, but it's just showing the tracking map, isn't it? When I'm looking at Bryce's thing, are you guys actually seeing Bryce's in-car? Because when I'm loading it, it's just showing me the tracking map. Let me try and load it again. Yeah, it's just showing the tracking map. So Bryce's camera is not working. It's just, yes, his YouTube channel is on, but it's literally showing the Racing Redefined app. It's not showing his in-car camera. So that's what I was talking about. So no, Bryce's camera is not working. What else? Yeah, that's it for those classes. Okay, so now I want to go, and we're going to go back to the map real quick. We're going to look at the Pro Open UTV class. So sort by class. Stand by. We're trying to get you guys some updates too. The amount of information coming in, it's honestly like overwhelming at this point. I don't even know what to tell you guys anymore. All right. 1886. Brandon Sims is out front. So Brandon Sims, he just got a factory Pro R, Polaris factory Pro R car. He just picked it up. Just got delivered to him like 2 weeks ago. So he just got this car and got it put together. First race for him. Looks like it's him and Joe Tirana. You can see it just updated. So Joe Tirana in the 1898, that's one of the SCI factory cars. That is, he's out front, either him or Sims. They're really close together. I don't know who's in the lead because they both just updated. I'm going to say it's Joe Tirana is what it looks like because they just updated at the same time. But Sims is right there. We got Wayne Matlock behind him. We got Brandon Walsh, Kristen Matlock, Thomas Purcell, Sebastian Marquez, Dallas Gonzalez, and so on. Obviously, this race just started. This order doesn't really mean much yet because they didn't qualify. So once again, one of these cars way back here, like in the back, Donovan White could be winning right now because on corrected time, that's what it goes by. So just keep that in mind when you're watching the tracker. Until a little bit farther in the race, none of this is really going to mean much. All right. So that's what's going on with the Pro UTV Open. It's not really worth looking at anybody past them so far because they're not even off the line. There's not much to tell you guys. So what else are you guys looking to see here? Where's Bryce, Swaim, and Daniel? Well, we can look them up. They are going to be in the Spec class. So let me turn, hold on a second here. I'll turn this off. Let's load the Trophy Truck Specs. This is one of the largest classes out here. I think the largest class. There's 39. So we have a lot. You can see we just started, though, so it's getting spread out a little bit. Jason McNeil obviously qualified first in that class. So he's out front. Let's find Pierce Herbst, Ray Griffith, Sam Material. There's Bryce Swaim. Okay, so Bryce Swaim is currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th in class. I don't remember where he started. I have to look at the list, but he's currently 8th and still moving. Bryce did start in the truck, I know, because Dan McMillan was texting me a little bit ago, so I know Dan's not driving it right now because Bryce qualified and Dan is not in the truck yet. So there you go. Dan will be getting in to do the second half. That's that. Bikes, there wasn't much to tell you. The 1X was the first one to finish line. The 15X was second there. So we're going to assume it's going to be 1X and 15X. We're going to have to check the trackers, make sure there's no missed VCPs, any of that stuff later. So there's not really much to tell you. Honestly, the bike race wasn't very exciting. For what we could see, there wasn't a lot of them. So I don't know. Maybe it was a good race between the 1 and the 15X before we got up to watch it. But after that, I don't know. All right, so that's kind of what's going on right now. Like I said, keep an eye on this. I'm waiting to see times when they come by our next check, which is race mile 115. That's what you're going to want to keep an eye on because that is corrected time update. Wilson 108, is that Brad Wilson or the other Wilson? Brad Wilson lost a belt earlier on their car. Brad wasn't in the car yet, but whoever was driving started Brad's car. They lost a belt. They got it fixed. That was why the Wilson Class 1 car was down for a little bit. But look at this track. It's getting stacked with cars right now. There's a lot of racers headed out there. There's over 200 entries, so it's gonna get crowded out there. All right. Well, that is your update for noon. Unless you guys have anything else, I think I got everything covered in here. Incredible in-car coverage. Yeah, honestly, it really is. I mean, you got to go over to watchparty.com, watchparty.cc, and you got to load this. It's kind of cutting the top off here because I'm zoomed in, but yeah, this is it's super cool. It's super cool to see this. Big shout out to Dustin who makes the site happen, and it's really fun to be able to watch this. And my phone is totally blowing up with updates, so I have to go and give you guys some more updates. But watch our social channel. It'll be we're gonna post some more updates. And let me just look real quick. Luke pulled over. Oh, Tavo passing. Oh, okay. So we got some drama going on here. I am told that Tavo passed Ampudia and immediately got a flat. Wow. Okay. So Ampudia got passed by Tavo. Tavo got a flat. So Ampudia got back around him and then Luke like pulled over 100 yards after passing him. I'm being told. Wow. So Alan got right back by him. So if you saw Tavo stopped a minute ago, he was changing a flat tire, and that's what happened with Tavo. So pretty cool to see all this updates. Thank you, Christian Serapis, everybody else, Robert Campbell, everybody who's sending me updates today. Like I said, I cannot watch all these cameras. There's like 100 freaking cameras. I don't know who to watch anymore. So it's hard to keep track of who's doing what. But thanks for those updates, guys. I'll always try to provide you guys good information as soon as we get it. And yeah, a lot of the Racing Redefined trackers, some of them aren't working today. So if you guys are watching them, Bryce's thing's not working. Luke's has been hit or miss all day. All the trackers are kind of off. Even the Anubi ones, the Stellas are kind of hit or miss. So it is just, I don't know, kind of is what it is. We're going to have to do the best that we can for you guys today. What is the website? Once again, it is Watch Party here. I'm going to put a link in the Watch Party, if I can spell here. Okay, there's a link for that in there. I'm going to get you the link to the scoring. So check the chat. Okay, there's a link to watchparty.cc in the chat. There's a link to the timing, this page, in the chat. And then the tracking, I'm going to put a link to the tracking in the chat too. So you guys have all the links. Make sure you guys bookmark all those links. Check the chat. There should be a link to the tracking coming right now. So that's everything. You got the cameras, you got the tracking, and you got the timing. That is the three things you want to monitor at all times. Then I would suggest going to YouTube and get your TV or second monitor and put on the Score YouTube channel, Score International YouTube channel. Watch their updates, well, their live show. They're live all day. They got lots of cameras and everything out there. And then come back here for your hourly update where we give you some real information. So every hour on the hour, come here on Fishgistics. In between, go watch the Score YouTube, and then keep all those three links that I just sent open in tabs as well. Luke McMillan is actually in the pit right now. Let's load this. I'm gonna turn his audio on.
Fuel is out.
Top left.
Clear, go, go, go.
Okay.
Yeah. Rock on the left. Right 5 airplane.
You can hear Duncan again, so they're good to go.
Good job, Pit. Please give me some time if you can.
Okay, so that was Luke. Luke McMillan just did his pit stop. That is the one pit stop. No one's going to stop twice here. So Luke McMillan just pitted. Alan Impudia did not get around him. So we know that Luke is still first on track because if you look at the top there, we can see Alan's camera, the very top center, and he's not in the pit yet. So Luke did not get passed by anybody. So that was cool. I'm glad we just saw that right there. So the 83 is still confirmation. 83 is going to be first on the road. We're going to have to see when the one comes through the pits, but he actually has a pretty big gap. If you go watch this, you can turn on Luke's audio. That's what I had right there. You just turn on the top. See the bottom, the little audio thing? Turn it on.
You're good, you're good. Right 6 airplane.
You literally hear Jason Duncan. That's Jason Duncan talking to Luke, so you can go watch his audio. Alan and Puya, he just has his GoPro audio, so I don't know if the intercom came unplugged or what, but that's just raw audio in Alan and Pudia's car, so we can't hear what they're saying. Christopher Pulvardi.
Yeah, right 3.
Pulvardi has audio, so a lot of these guys have audio, so it's kind of fun. So you can turn the audio on and off. Just look at the bottom of put your mouse over their screen. You can't see my mouse. And then the little speaker down at the bottom, you can turn audio on and off. You can even adjust the volume and everything if you want to have it down a little bit in the background. So go to watchparty.cc. It's super cool. We'll keep you posted. The 21 just got a flat. So Alan, you're asking us. The 21 got around Alan and they got a flat right away, and Alan got right back around the 21. So Tabo had a flat. He's going to be right behind him. If we go look at the board right here, you can see the ones tracker hasn't updated in 5 minutes. So like I said, you always got to look at the time. The 21 is going to be third. So they're going to be just behind the one, probably pretty close to him again. All right. So come back here Alan's pitting right now. Hold on. It's just about to go. Alan's pitting. Let's see. Did I already miss it on here? He's pitting on the score live stream right now. So let's see. There he comes. Oh, it's buffering. So of course, as soon as he stops. Top center. Well, that was super quick. You guys see that? That was what, less than like 20 seconds, 30 seconds. That was a super fast pit for Alan Impudia. So Alan Impudia, we just saw him come through the pit. That'll give you the physical. What was that, about 2 minutes that he was physical behind Luke? So so we saw Luke pit, we saw Alan pit at the exact same spot. Almost everybody's going to pit there. Basically, where they're pitting at is race mile. It's basically right before mile 140, right around mile 140. So somewhere around 140, that's going to be where the BFG pit is also. That's where you're going to see 90% of these racers pit. It's really the only area that was easy to get to. That's about halfway in the race, since the race is about 280. All right. That's it for this update. Go watch the score live stream. Come back over here in 40 minutes at 1 o'clock, and we will give you the next update here on the Method Race Wheels Fishgistics coverage of the 2026 Score San Felipe. All of our updates are presented by Fox Shocks, and big thank you to all of these other sponsors that are always sticking with us. We do have a couple new ones. Where is it? This one, Magnaflow, over here. Magnaflow right here, and Camberg. So big thanks to Magnaflow and Camberg. They've stepped up and come on this year to sponsor the show all year long. So big thanks to them. We're going to do a tour of the Magnaflow facility in Oceanside at some point this year, which is pretty cool, I'm told. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, thanks to all of our sponsors as always. And Baja Designs, you're not really going to need those today. You hope you don't need those today, but if you do, it means you had a long day. So we'll see you guys at 1 o'clock. Come back in about 35 minutes, and I'll have some more information for you guys here on Fishgistics. See you in just a little bit.